Hello and welcome to Prenatal Yoga. Today we're going to be doing some strengthening exercises and of course stretches to help you get prepared for the coming of your little one. Just a quick reminder, I really want you to listen to your body. I am in my 18th week of pregnancy. However, I have created this yoga routine to be safe for you to do at any point of your journey. If something doesn't feel good, then draw back and just come into a child's pose or a meditative position that feels good for you. Go ahead and get started with this yoga practice today. Go ahead and have a seat on your mat, and we're just going to start to open up the hips by sitting in a butterfly position. So adjust the cushion underneath you, and I want you to think about stacking your vertebrae right over top of your hip bone. So you're not slouching like this. You're sitting upright, nice and tall. You're active through the spine, and then your feet will come together. Now you don't have to sit with your feet all jammed up close to your groin. Just go ahead and bring your feet together. Allow your knees to fall apart. Make room for your baby. And if you want to add an additional stretch to this pose, then just go ahead and start to slowly fold forward. You can always use your elbows here to add a little bit of extra tension to allow your knees to fall out. It can help assist you to get a little deeper in the stretch. But I really don't want you to start cranking on your knees. I just want you to exhale. Use your breath to get a little deeper in the stretch. All right, go ahead and bring your knees together. And this time we're going to do a little stretch for some internal rotation. So all I want you to do is drop one knee towards the center. Feel a good stretch here. And then switch sides. So if your hips are really locked up, especially if you have a job that requires you to sit a lot, or you have a long commute that keeps you in the car sitting for a long time, you'll feel this stretch a lot. And it's actually just a different way to move. So most of the time we're not moving in this direction. It's good to move in all kinds of ways to keep your body nice and loose. Ooh, that feels good. All right, great. So after you have done a couple stretches on both sides, we're going to take one leg forward and one leg back. And then adjust yourself so you're up on those hip bones once again. You're sitting up nice and tall. And you can lean forward. You want to get a good stretch here in the hip, a little bit further. I'll give you an additional stretch. And now we're going to do a little bit of strength training. So all I want you to do is bring this front leg up. So try not to rock too far back on your sit bones. And so you're going to try the best that you can to lift this front leg. One more time. All right, we're going to do the same thing, switching sides. Bring those legs around. First, starting with a nice stretch. So make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. This stretch here is going to stretch out your inner thighs, that groin, and then here you're going to feel a stretch in the hip. Take a breath there, feel a good stretch, and then try those pulses. So try lifting up that front leg and then just setting it back down on the ground. One more time like this. Wow, it's so surprising just when you isolate the muscle groups how challenging it can be. All right, let's go ahead and switch. We're going to get a nice little stretch through our back and pelvis. So if you have felt lower back pain, this is actually going to help alleviate some of that pain now. So we're going to move into cat-cow. Take your wrists underneath your elbows, under your shoulders, and go ahead and take your knees underneath your hips. Starting in tabletop position, all I want you to do is drop your pelvis down, lift through the collarbones, make space, and then as you exhale, draw the tailbone down, roll up through the spine, pressing through the fingertips, separate the space in between the shoulder blades. You can even tuck your chin here. And then move through cat-cow once again. Return to tabletop position. We're going to do a couple exercises to strengthen the core. So inhale, reach your right arm forward and your left leg back. Extending a nice straight line, activate through the back leg, flex your foot so you're driving your heel up. And then as you exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze, activate the core. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. One more time. Inhale, lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift your left arm and your right leg. Flexing the heel, squeezing through the glute to lift that leg up. Then draw your elbow to your knee. One more time. Inhale, lift. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's go ahead and do some tail wags. So I just want you to take your eyes, peer to the back heel, wiggle it just a little bit, wiggle it just a little bit. Take those knees nice and wide, heels together, and sink your hips back. Stretch your arms straight out forward in front of you, and just allow your body to cascade down. Relax, feel that stretch. And we're going to shift our weight forward, and I want you to plant your elbows right down on the mat. We're going to curl your toes under and lift your hips up towards the sky. When you do this, if you have super tight shoulders, you're going to feel your hands are going to want to start to pull in towards each other. I want you to try to keep them parallel through the whole stretch. All right, so lifting your hips up towards the ceiling. And you want to think about pulling those hip points up towards the sky. Now, if you have really tight calves and hamstrings, your heels may not touch the mat. You can pedal your feet out in this pose if that feels good for you. If for some reason inversions are not in your practice or your doctor recommends not doing them, listen to that now. You can always stay rested in child's pose. Take one more breath here. If you have the strength to do so, press yourself up into plank or shift down onto your knees and then move through to downward facing dog. Take one breath here in through your nose Out through your mouth. I want you to slowly catwalk your feet up towards your hands. So step one foot in front of the other. And so you're in a forward fold right now to make room for that baby. You can take your feet nice and wide to the corners of the mat. Bend those legs graciously. Allow your head and neck to release, relax. And then I want you to activate through the core. Bring some energy through your spine. Lift yourself up halfway. And then exhale, fold one more time. This time, bend the knees, lift the chest, lift these arms right up towards the sky. Here we are in chair pose. Chair pose is strengthening the legs, which is so important for strengthening the muscles in the core as well. Take one more breath here. Exhale, drive through the heels, stand up. Exhale, take your hands to your heart. Shake out the legs if you need to. We're going to go through a couple more chair poses, holding it for a couple seconds, and then standing back up. So let's go ahead and exhale, have a seat into chair pose once again. Stay strong. Keep your chest lifted. You can always use the wall for support here. Drive the weight through the heels, stand it up. Exhale, take your hands to your heart. Once again, I'm going to show you an example of doing these chair poses against the wall. So same exact thing. You're going to exhale, have a seat into chair pose. Keep your chest lifted. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Take another breath. Exhale, drive the weight through the heels. Stand up, take the hands to the heart. The heart rate is increasing now, where we're getting a little bit of work here. One last time, having a seat in chair pose. Use the wall if you would like, or if you have a Bosu ball, you can always put that behind your back as well and use that to kind of glide down into this position. On your exhale, drive through your heels, stand it up, take your hands to your heart. Allow yourself those cleansing breaths to release stress and tension and worry. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to do one final stretch, just a full body side stretch. So take your left leg back behind you, raise your arm up towards the ceiling, and I just want you to feel good stretch through the side body. Inhale, reach your arms right back to the center. Exhale, switching sides. Nice little back bend if that feels good for you. Exhale, take your hands to your heart. Take a bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for this yoga. I'm so happy to have a community to share the process of pregnancy and to continue to move and be healthy throughout the entire process. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel and click the bell notification. That way you'll be reminded every single time I post a new video. If you like this workout, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Have a great day.